Hello good people of the internet, my name is Shelly and lately I've been renovating campers and making YouTube videos about it. I just finished renovating my first camper, which is a 22-foot 2001 Thor Tahoe Lite. It needed a lot of work and it was a great experience and I learned a lot along the way, and I am now ready to do my second renovation. So this video is all about the process that I'm going through as I shop for a camper to renovate. I decided this time I wanted to go for something a little bit shorter because, believe it or not, my camper that I just finished renovating, the 2001, it does not fit in my driveway. It is 2 feet too long to fit in my driveway, so I'm also looking for something that's just a little bit newer. I don't mind fixing a little bit of water damage, but this camper had so much that I just finished and I just didn't want to deal with that. I just want something with good bones and that just needs cosmetic updates. And since now I've renovated a camper before, I am so excited to go shopping for a camper with the awareness of how much time and money everything takes to renovate, to fix. I just didn't know that before. I didn't know how inconvenient certain things are, how easy other things are to fix. So I'm excited to use that knowledge to make a better purchase decision this time around. My criteria are, it has to be from 2010 or newer, it has to be 19 feet long or shorter, and it has to have good bones and only need cosmetic updates. As far as my preferences go, I realize that I do not care if my camper has a bathroom in it. I would love it if the camper did not have a bathroom, but ultimately most of them do, and I don't mind that, but I don't care about the bathroom. The camper that I have now has just way too many beds in it. My family's just me, my husband, and my 3-year-old kid. So I don't need all these bunks everywhere. I literally just need one big bed and one small bed. So let's get started. Let's buy another camper to renovate. Alright, so today is shopping day. Well, shopping day number 1. First I'm going to go see a camper that looks just perfect, which means it's a little bit too expensive, at a dealership. They're charging a ton more than it's worth for it also, so it's going to require some intense haggling if I do decide to get it. It is a 2018 KZ Sportsman's Classic, and it is, I believe, 16 feet long, so it definitely checks off the box of being much shorter than my current camper, and it is way newer also, a little newer than I even want, so let's go ahead and check that one out first. Alright, so let's talk about how that went. I thought the camper was super cute, the perfect size. I thought 16 feet might be too small, but it was not. It was so cute. First of all, it is just really expensive. I don't know, it's just too much, and I don't think they'll come down far enough in price for it to be a purchase that makes sense. There were some burns on the floor that I didn't take a little video of, and one main problem that I was kind of surprised by was all the stuff in the bathroom and the kitchen sink. It was that kind of off-white, kind of yellowish white, I think they call it almond or oatmeal or something, but it wasn't bright white, and it was just not cute. And you would think it would be white in a 2018 camper. That would be a lot of work to fix, which would be fine if it was a cheap old camper, but since it's kind of a newer camper, it just doesn't add up. I don't like the countertop, but the countertop is so nice that I would feel bad replacing it, but it really is all cosmetic stuff that it would need. The exterior looked great, and again, it's the perfect size, brand new, well, almost brand new, so it would be great, but it's a little too expensive, and those fixtures in the bathroom are just too much work to fix for such a new camper. The search continues. Let's first talk about the camper that I just went to see. It's for sale by a private party. It is a Forest River R-Pod 2010. I think this would be the perfect project camper for me. I love it a lot. It's a little bit more expensive than I was hoping to spend, but it is in amazing shape, so maybe I'll make them an offer. We shall see. It has a full bed in the back. It has a convertible bed in the front with a dinette. It has a slide, which I never thought I would want and I kind of don't want, but I'm okay with it because it makes the kitchen a little bit more spacious. And there's not a whole lot I would have to do to it. I think I could do a really budget makeover on this particular camper, which makes it very appealing. So I would be willing to spend a little bit more on it because the renovation wouldn't be as expensive. I think all it would need is some cosmetic fixes, and it's in great shape. It's the right size. So this might be a good option. And one other thing about the 2010 R-Pod, the exterior is really ugly. The stickers are not my style, so I would definitely have to change the look of the outside. So unlike the 2010, this camper has a great looking exterior. I wouldn't have to do any painting or any scraping off of stickers, so that is a good thing. But as I was feeling around on the underside, it has a soft spot. Now, this is a 2016 camper. It is only 5 years old. I don't know how it managed to have water damage. But you really can't trust any camper apparently, and I've been told that before and it is apparently true. Anyway, it is much less appealing because it has that. As far as pros go, I love the layout. It is no bigger than it needs to be. It has a halfway decent bathroom. Yeah, interior wise it doesn't need much, so I think the 2010 would be a better fit from a renovation standpoint. It's a few days later and I'm heading out again to look at another camper, but first a quick update on the campers I saw already. I decided I wasn't really interested in any of the campers except for the 2010 R-Pod. A few hours after I went to see it, I contacted the owners and offered them a little bit lower than what they were asking, as I always do because I enjoy the thrill of haggling. And they said it was too low, and also that they had already accepted an offer from somebody else in the span of a couple hours. So now I know even more than I did before that you really have to strike while the iron is hot. But on the bright side, there's another camper that just got posted. It is, I think, a 2014 or 2016 Sunray, which has a similar shape to the R-Pod and a similar layout. And I think I decided that's the layout that I would really like to have because all I need is a little dinette, a bed, and a kitchenette, and I really don't care about the bathroom. A wet bath is totally fine with me. It is pouring, I don't know if you can see, it is pouring rain right now. It is not a great time to go looking at a camper, but let's see how it goes. It is several days later and I am on my way to see another camper. I did go to see the Sunray that I mentioned, and it had water damage even though it was a 2017. So now I know that I really have to check things out, and I felt very clever that I found it, but also it was pouring rain. That's why I didn't take any video of it, because it was pouring rain and I didn't want to get my camera wet. And since then I also went to see a scamp. It is basically a marshmallow and a camper combined into one. They are super cute and I love the layout, but first of all it had some active leaking happening. This was the day after the rainstorm, so it's a very good time to go look at campers, I've learned. Not only did it have that leak, but I did some research about how to remove the interior of a scamp, and it sounds like it is a huge pain. This fuzzy stuff is covering the entire interior. It's like carpet, except it's more like a felt. And I guess in the scamp community they call it rat fur, and even the new ones are completely lined with this fuzzy stuff. Anyway, apparently it's a big hassle to remove it, and I would definitely want to remove it, so that basically rules out scamps completely for me. I also have a quick haggling update. I ended up, just out of curiosity, asking that dealership with the 2016 Jayco with the leak on the bottom, the squishy spot on the bottom. Remember that one? I ended up asking that dealership if they would take literally $4,000 less than they were asking. And a couple days later they said, yeah, sure. I didn't really even think about whether I totally want it. I was just thinking, what's the most off I could possibly ask for? And I asked for that and they said yes. And that water damage, I don't want to fix it. Didn't look like there was any obvious source of the leak. So I don't want to really go leak hunting either. But the camper that I'm going to see now is a little above my price range. but I had to see it because the layout is just perfect. It's exactly what I want. It does not have a bathroom, which is fine with me because I don't want to deal with a black tank. I mean, I really don't mind walking over to the campground's bathroom at all. It is a 2017 Palomini, and it is only 19 feet long total, which is just perfect. It has an extra long bed, which is good because my husband is 6'3", and as long as it doesn't have water damage, which it very well might, even though it's a 2017, I think I will be very interested in it. If you haven't figured out by now, I am sitting in the camper that I ended up purchasing. It is the Palomini. I just thought it was perfect in every way. I think it's going to be a really easy project. It is so nice and small. I'm just very happy with it. Happy to have it. I got it for just a little under what they were asking, but it is rock solid. I am so happy about that. Like, there is no water issues at all with this camper, which is just... Thank you so much for watching this. Please subscribe if you want to watch me renovate this camper. My plan is to do the entire renovation for $500 or less. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. Bye.